Hi, and welcome back to Milgap Farms, the only channel. I'm working on a lift. We have a problem where the arm won't go up, or sometimes it won't go down. So either way, there's a problem. I'm gonna show you how I got it fixed. Well, I haven't got it fixed yet. We're gonna fix it in just a couple minutes. This is our Haulotte 5533A lift. It'll go about 50 feet in the air, and I gotta tell you, it's a lot of fun. There are two pivot points on this lift, one right back there, and one right here at this ram. This particular ram right here is not working. I had a couple friends using the lift and they experienced some problems. Sometimes it wouldn't go up, sometimes it would go up and wouldn't come down. It does have a safety feature built on it, I'll show you in a minute, that would get them back down. And it worked, everything was fine. They were able to finish their work, and that was good for them. Brought it back home. Then I did some testing on it and I could get it to go up and down, no problem whatsoever, both from the control box, which is back there in the basket, there it is, and on the control panel, which is right there. However, the other day I loaned it out to one of my other neighbors and he was enjoying it, but it wouldn't go up. And let me show you what I'm talking about. We have two pivot points, one right here, and then we've got one over here. This one would not go up. And as a result, he couldn't get up to the peak of what he was trying to do, which is, oh, you can't see it. It's through that tree over there. He's working on the roof down the way. Well, he couldn't get it to work. So I came down and looked at it. I couldn't get it to work. We swapped out a couple things. Let me show you those. All right, right up in here, the switch is inside of this. This guy right here is a 24 volt, I don't know what you would call it, actuator. Whenever there's power put on it, that allows the fluid to move inside the ram itself. Now, the interesting thing about Haulotte is their service. I gotta tell you, Mr. Franklin is awesome. He really is. Everybody on that team, they're great. They really are. What's really cool about a Haulotte lift is the support that they offer to their products. Unlike anything I've ever experienced. I come from the auto body and the mechanical world. Never have I seen a manufacturer do what these guys have done or do on a regular basis. Let me say it like that. Because each time I call them, they are following up with me. They're spending a lot of time helping me understand what maybe didn't cause the problem, but how to troubleshoot it and how to get it fixed. This lift has three rams. There's one right there, there's one right there, and there's one actually inside the boom that operates the same switch. So in part of diagnosing, I could have been pulling these things out, swapping it from here to there to isolate the problem. Well, I got down to the point of when I removed that little electrical guy, that 24 volt thing, I discovered that it would operate over here. So that told me that there must have been something wrong in the valve itself. Let me show it to you. This is the valve itself. Now, remember earlier I was telling you that it's got a safety feature on it where you can let it down. And right here, it's kind of funny. It's hard to see, but that is like a little piece of rubber. And there's a switch in there. See that switch? You can press that switch or depress it, and it will actually actuate this guy and allow the fluid to bypass, and then the lift will come down. I didn't want to take it off of that one because it's just hateful. Up inside of here, we would have had to do a little, I don't know, searching, that's for sure. I don't know where that thing is. Oh, there it is. Well, no, it's somewhere up in here. And I didn't want to get up in there to mess with it. It was my call to order the switch. They really wanted me to swap some things out to make sure that I was getting the right part. But I didn't want to do that. I figured it's a switch. They kind of thought it was a switch too, but they were going through all those steps in order to help me make sure it was that switch. So let's get it together and find out if that is in fact the problem we were having. In order to get this guy off, you got to pull this cap off. And I've already pulled the cap off, and oops, there that cap goes. And I've already pulled off the O-ring. So it's going to slide off pretty easily. I am going to replace my O-ring. Of course, I got to go back inside and find it. I will definitely replace my O-ring. So I'm just going to set it right there. Now I'm going to get a socket. We're going to pull this guy right here out. And hopefully I'm not going to drip too much hydraulic fluid everywhere. I don't know if I want to do this. There we go. Okay. Maybe I'm just got to push it down in. That's a weird one to me. Let me know in the comments what you think that's for. What I need for this is a victim. Somebody get in the basket and go on up. Come here, I need a victim to go for a ride in the basket. All right, I'm an idiot. I didn't put the actuator back on it, so I'm gonna take the little guy off, put the actuator on, put the O-ring on, then that's when the two are gonna meet, and it's gonna keep water out of the switch at the back end. All right, this is the actuator. It's gonna go up in here like that. O-ring is gonna go on. Now we're gonna put our little button thing. Let me show you. You can actually push it in. Come on, victim. Get up inside.
There's a field mouse running across the gate.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised sometimes how many mice are actually here. All right, in order for this to work, Gabe, we got to put all the feet down. What we need to do is put all the legs down, and then we'll get it level, and at that point we can go up and down. It will not go up and down unless it's level. Well, we're on a hill. That's right, so they're going to have to push down and lift it up higher. Does that make sense? To get it level. They won't have to do much at all. This thing's going to sense it. Wow. We're really on a hill, aren't we? Okay, let's see if we can go up. Oh no. Kevin, you're an idiot. Now let's try it. Whoa, buddy. That's on you. That's not the problem. So watch out.
Do you have to hold on for this?
Hold on, buddy.
Ow!
All right, it didn't work. This is not getting energized. And the way I know it's not getting energized is I had Gabriel hit the button and I put a piece of metal on it. That should have created some voltage, which makes this into a magnet. When that happened, it'll hold it. It didn't. That's the end of the wire. It would have plugged in right there. I went down and I looked at the first point and look what I found. That wire right there is not connected. Or if it is connected, it is no, that's not connected. So that tells me we have it open, which is what the 025 is. What I'm going to do is connect it back together and hopefully make this thing work. Yeah, it's holding. That's holding. Now I'll go get my torch. We'll put a little heat to it, and then we'll wrap it, and we'll see if it's going to work. All right, I'm filming with another camera. Doesn't seem to be working quite right. I got this little sleeve all the way through. You might be able to see it right down in there. So got it in there. So hopefully that's going to give a little bit more help. It's not as rigid, if you can see it, on these rings down in there. It's actually got a little bit of a soft ring or a circular ring around it on the inside, so that helps too. These two things should prevent it from, rubbing again. Do you think it's going to work? We'll see. The legs are down. It's ready to give it a go. All right, so the problem turned out to be a wire, not the valve. That wasn't Mr. Franklin's fault. That was my fault. I didn't explain to him that on the display that the 025 code was coming up. If you have that 025 code on yours, then most likely you've got a wiring problem, not a valve problem. And it was, for me, I noticed something was going on when I would hit the button, and then back there in the boom, I'd see those hydraulic lines move. Well, that told me that the pump was working, but it wasn't getting down there. And the reason it wasn't, well, obviously because we had the wiring issue. It wasn't a valve problem. But I'm okay with it. I'll just put it on the shelf, and if I ever have a valve problem, I got an extra one. So the guys at Haulotte are amazing. I am telling you. Anytime I have a problem, I email Mr. Franklin or I call him on the phone, and they will walk me through all the steps, send me information with pictures, because I need pictures. I really like videos, but pictures work too. And they help me get to the problem or solve the problem. In this case, it was my fault that I messed up, not giving them all the information because I just didn't know. So it's time to put this thing all back together and get on to something else on the farm. At some point, I need to get the kids back up here. I actually did a video about them. It was a couple years ago when we first got it, and I put them in it, ran them all the way up, and that's where they stayed for a little while. Hey, if this is CPS, I didn't really do that. At any rate, it was fun. The kids had a good time, and I'll link to it. Maybe you can see it right up here in the video or down in the description, because it was kind of fun. The kids enjoyed doing it. I do need to do a little bit more testing on this. I don't have any problems that I can see. There's a couple wires that I do want to kind of zip tie up to make them look a little bit better so they don't get hooked on anything. But aside from that, this is working. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch the video. Don't forget on the way out, hit the thumbs up. And until next time, God bless you.